What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new YouTube video. Today we're going to be comparing Etsy versus Redbubble. There's going to be some critical differences here. If we want to go ahead and jump into print on demand in 2022, have some achievable success that we could actually go into 2023 with and generate some real passive income, this is going to be a video you're going to want to stay for. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get some housekeeping out the way. We did an update to the Redbubble tagging course, as we gradually do, and I haven't really mentioned the update too much on a video. As you guys know, we're always adding content to the Redbubble tagging course. We started off with like a simple 10 videos, and now we're actually up to 30 videos. And in the next update, we're actually going to surpass 30 total videos. This is the course curriculum. And for all the members of the Redbubble tagging course, just simply log back in and go ahead and go watch those brand new videos. They're really important. And as you guys know, if you want to be a member of the Redbubble tagging course, it's a one-time payment of $39.99 currently. And remember, as we add more content, the price of the course will go up as well. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about Etsy versus Redbubble. If you're thinking about picking and choosing where to go, if you're thinking about, picking like Redbubble and sticking all of your mentality on it, all of your effort, all of your motivation on Redbubble, and you're going to forget about Etsy, maybe you might want to think again. If you're thinking about going all in on Etsy, but kind of forget about all the other platforms, including Redbubble, you might want to think about that again also. I'm going to have a few reasons why. And guys, I'll be honest. I personally thought about just going all in on Redbubble, but I've adjusted to my new settings per se. As you guys know, we're doing 60 designs per day on our Redbubble stores. The goal is to create 60 designs per day, every single day for that specific store, and moving on to a new store every single month, leaving us with 1,800 stores about for each store, creating a total of 10 stores. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm actually adjusting to it. And I've been doing it for a little bit over a month now because I started in late December or mid-December. And I've done it a few days even before December. And I'm really starting to adjust. It's becoming my new low in terms of activity. So I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for something that I can add more, essentially work to. Something that I could see more benefit to. Something that I could enjoy more. And Etsy has come up. I wanted to do a deep dive into the numbers for myself, and I realized that I had to make a video on this because if I'm going to be enjoying the fruits of Etsy, maybe you guys should too. So let's go ahead and jump right in and talk about this. Here we have Etsy.com, as you guys may or may not know. Etsy.com is actually a pretty big website. If we go to the exact numbers, let's go ahead and do a comparison. Now, for all of you guys who watch my channel consistently, you probably know I talk about Redbubble a lot. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at about Redbubble first and then compare it to Etsy. So Redbubble, it's a really large website. It's ranked number 1,205 in the entire world. Its revenue, in terms of, I think this one is a little bit wrong, this information here, but last year I believe it was over 550 million. Now, if we scroll down, we look at actually the total visits. Just in November, 33.8 million visits to the website. 33.8 million. So there's a lot of people visiting Redbubble on a daily basis in search of products. If we take a look about, what countries these visitors are from, 40% are from the United States. And majority are customers. Keep that in mind. United Kingdom, 7.6. Germany, Canada, Australia, they kind of make up the rest, and others. So with that being said, if we're talking about the top 3 countries, these are all, very good financial countries where consumers can actually buy from. And so there's no shortage of money, there's no shortage of opportunity on Redbubble.com. And for many people, maybe even watching this, maybe you started with Redbubble, and that's fair to say. Now, the thing that's interesting about Redbubble is that when we compare these exact numbers of Redbubble to another competitor, which is Etsy, the numbers completely change. We actually look at Redbubble as this really big company. Now we actually look at it like a smaller company. check this out. Etsy.com, ranked number 52. That is a huge increase from 1,205 to position rank number 52. That is ridiculously huge. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the actual numbers. Do you guys see these charts? The bar that's orange represents Etsy's growth, or represents Etsy's search volume, and the bar that's in red represents Redbubble's search volume. Take a look at these numbers. 29.6 million search volume on Redbubble, 397.5 million on Etsy. Etsy has basically, and let's just pull out the calculator here because I don't want to mess up my math, and you guys know I'm not a math junkie, or I am a math junkie, or a calculator junkie rather. Let's go ahead and do this. 29.6 divided by 397.5. That's 7.4%. So, essentially, if we did the math on that, right, 7.4% is can you imagine how ridiculous that is? Like, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, 7.4%, like, it's Etsy, or excuse me, see, I'm speechless, guys. I'm trembling over my words here. Redbubble holds 7.4% of the traffic compared to Etsy. Another way to say that is Etsy is, literally less than 10%, can only bring in less than 10% of traffic of what Etsy brings in, or Redbubble, rather. But this is actually pretty ridiculous numbers. So imagine if we put in just as much effort in Etsy as we did Redbubble. What kind of sales would we get? What kind of results would we get? If we're making, let's say, 1,000 a month on Redbubble, can we potentially make 10,000 a month on Etsy with the same amount of effort, the same amount of time? I mean, it's almost 10 times larger, maybe a little bit more. Is that possible? Now, the answer is who really knows, because I haven't done it yet. And that's my point, is that I have to jump in and try it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. In no means am I saying Redbubble's a bad website. I love Redbubble. You guys know I wouldn't be making videos on Redbubble if I didn't love it. But Etsy, it seems like it's a larger opportunity. I got to do my research. I got to jump into Etsy. And I want to see what products are selling the most on Etsy. What makes Etsy so interesting to people? What is it? Is it just sheer mass and sheer volume of sellers? Or is it the fact that there's a wide variety of products, almost like a customized Amazon of sorts, right? It's not like you're just buying just a t-shirt or just a hat. For example, on Redbubble has a great, phenomenal selection of products. We got tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies, leggings, dresses, stickers, and the list goes on and on and on. But Etsy, I mean, you get a mixture of everything. You get physical products of all kinds. So you could sell supplements on Etsy. You could sell literally whatever you want. And that's, take that with a grain of salt, but almost with whatever you want on Etsy. So it's very interesting to me. Now, something that I also want to check out is, how is the market like for Etsy on print on demand? This is something that, if you guys are currently active in this market, let me know. But for sure, the opportunity is out there. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at how first of all, the internal statistics compare. If you guys know about the average visit duration, it generally means just how long a visitor has been on a specific website for. And you can see here that the average visitor duration on Redbubble is 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Here, it's 6 minutes and 8 seconds. So Etsy is significantly more, almost about a minute more, a little bit more than a minute. And that's actually pretty crazy. If you're aware of the average on the website, on the internet, is much lower. I think, including all websites, both failing and successful, I think the average is less than 2 minutes. So it's a big deal. That's a big deal. The bounce rate is also lower on Etsy. You might have a greater chance doing better through SEO with Etsy than with Redbubble. And there's a few reasons why to that. Obviously, because the limited product set, even though take that with a grain of salt as well, because Redbubble has a lot of products. I'm just saying in comparison to Redbubble, from Redbubble to Etsy, there's a limited product set. But more importantly, through just internal statistics that make Etsy what it is. If we look at the actual numbers, we know through SEO, the website with the greater bounce rate will kind of succeed less, and the website with the higher average visit duration will succeed more. And we see that to be true here. Etsy has greater visit duration and lower bounce rate. For those who don't know what bounce rate is essentially when somebody hops on your website and just leaves right away. They're bouncing off your website. We have a lower percentage of that for Etsy. This could be a lot of different reasons why. It could be just based on the structure of how Etsy is. It could be, it's really hard to tell right now, and I want to figure that out. But I'm going to make more videos on Etsy. Etsy is going to be something that I'm going to include in my daily routine, just contributing to it just a little bit. Because like I said, guys, I want to be able to look back when this whole print-on-demand thing is over, whether it be a year from now, whether it be 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now. I want to say, hey, I made money from that. When this whole thing, like I said, is well and gone, it's over, and we're living in a whole new, alternate reality of the internet. I want to be able to say I made money off this stuff. Now, we're doing good on Redbubble, and we got to keep going, but Etsy is another opportunity, and there's so many other opportunities as well. You have Zazzle, you have TeePublic, and the list goes on and on and on, and I get it. For some people, they might not find success on some of these platforms. For other people, they might have. Everybody's a little bit different. But it still reigns true that there's still opportunity on these platforms, and there's definitely a way to do it. So I'm very excited for it. Hopefully you guys are too. And if you guys haven't seen any other Etsy, maybe you haven't started doing Etsy, I really don't know. Let's go ahead and jump on it together. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.